It's a trap.
What is up, guys? Al27HD here. Wanted to basically bring you a video. The next gen consoles have been released in terms of information at E3, and I wanted to bring you a video basically explaining the choice that I have made, why I have made that choice as we move forward. We're of course talking PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. This is the third time I've recorded this because I keep saying 360 and PS3 and it's driving me up the fucking wall. In terms of screenshots, guys, I'm only going to put these two screenshots, one of the PlayStation 4 and one of the Xbox One. After that, I'm going to throw some FIFA gameplay in the background. Feel free to minimize this and just listen if you fancy it, and don't feel like you have to watch it, so don't worry too much about that. Focus more on what's being said. So first and foremost, let's have a look at the architecture of these two consoles in terms of what they are, you know, in terms of themselves. There isn't going to be much difference between the One and the PlayStation 4 in terms of how it displays and how things look. The only thing that I can tell, really, they both have AMD processors. There's not a massive difference in that. They both come with 500GB hard drives out of the box. The only difference is the PlayStation 4 is rocking GDDR5 RAM, whereas the Xbox One is rocking DDR3 RAM. But in terms of what they do, I don't think it is going to make much significant difference. PS4 is going to be slightly powerful on paper, but I don't think it is going to make a huge difference as we move into the future. Remember, a lot of the games are going to be cross-platform. You're going to have the likes of FIFA, Madden, Need for Speed, all those games. I don't think you're going to see much difference between the two, because remember, they're going to probably be developed side by side. So I don't think you're going to see a significant difference. I remember when the 360 was released, and then the PlayStation 3 came after it, and everyone said that over time, because the PlayStation 3 was more powerful, you would see a significant leap in graphics that the Xbox 360 couldn't keep up with. It didn't transpire to be the case, and I think it's going to be exactly the same with the PS4 and the Xbox One. I don't think in 5 years' time or 3 years' time you're going to see a significant graphical increase in PS4 than you will do in the Xbox One. Let's talk regions. PS4, I'm being told, is completely region free. I can buy a game from the States, I can buy a game from Japan, I can buy a game wherever the fuck I like, and it will play on my PlayStation 4. The Xbox One, I believe, is region locked, so you will have to get the game that is specific to your region. That is what I am getting told by the research I've done, the information I've got, etc. Not a major issue, but it is something to bear in mind. Both of them are a paid service for online. Now, bear this in mind. Previously, PlayStation Network was free, and Xbox had to pay the Xbox Live Gold membership, which I think is about £40 a year. They're both going to be paid for online games. I know that they put it in a little bullet point at the bottom on the conference, but take from this, you will need a PlayStation Plus account in order to play PS4 online. So bear that in mind, guys. Essentially, I imagine that this is going to give Sony more money, and I doubt we will see the level of exclusives that Xbox had over the PS3 and obviously with the Xbox 360. Things like getting multiplayer map packs for Call of Duty early, that kind of thing. I think PS3 will be able to get some PS4 will be able to get some significant exclusives because they will be getting more money off the people, because essentially we are all going to be paying for a paid subscription service. In terms of exclusives, guys, I don't think there is a massive difference in terms of the exclusives. I don't think that one console has a certain game that is so much better than the others. On the Xbox, you've got the likes of Forza, you've got the likes of Gears of War. On the PS4, you will have God of War, Uncharted, Killzone, Gran Turismo. So I don't think there is a significant game that would force me either way onto either console. I think I would be happy with the exclusives that each console possesses, and obviously the big hitters, the likes of FIFA's, Madden's, NFL, and also your big hitters, you know, in terms of Call of Duty, the likes of that, they're going to be on both consoles, so it isn't going to be a major heartache to everyone. In terms of FIFA, I believe Xbox are going to be getting some Ultimate Team exclusive content, but it isn't what was rumoured at the conference, that it is getting exclusive Ultimate Team, as in PlayStation won't have Ultimate Team. That is not the case. I'm suspecting it's going to be things like Stadia, kits, that kind of thing. So it isn't so much more that it would force me down that route. So let's have a look at the things that will make me make my decision. PS4 is cheaper by about £80. However, it does not come with a PlayStation Eye, whereas the Xbox is $429. It does come with the Kinect. I'm being told the Kinect has to be plugged into the console in order to switch it on and in order to play it. Whether that is true or not, I don't know, but that is what I am being told, and that is the impression that I am getting. So you will not be able to buy an Xbox without Kinect. It will come with Kinect. So there is a difference there, and if you were to buy the motion stuff for the PS4, it would probably get the prices a little bit nearer. But out of the box, it is nice to have the option. I don't give a fuck about motion controls. I don't give a shit about Kinect. I bought a PS Move for PS3, used it twice, put it in its box. It hasn't come out since. So it is not an issue for me, and it is nice to have the option of dropping £80 off the price for $349 for the PlayStation. So cost-wise, I was leaning a little bit towards PlayStation. Things that Xbox won't let you do. They will not let you trade games. They will not let you give games to your mates. What happens is when you install a game on the Xbox, it has a mandatory install, is what I'm being told. That mandatory install is to do with DRM, the digital rights management, and basically it means that that game is coded to your machine. That is the impression I'm getting. You cannot take that game and sell it to your mates. You cannot take that game and trade it in. So the PS3 is totally free when it comes to this. However, it is only the only thing I know for a fact is this is his first party titles. In terms of the PS4, there is no word yet on third party. So obviously Sony titles you can do what you like with. There may be some DRM restrictions on third-party titles. It hasn't been made 100% clear to us. But obviously, for your Sony exclusives, you can trade them, you can swap them with your mates, you can sell them on eBay, all that kind of thing. So there is that to bear in mind, guys. For me, I tend to buy games and keep them, so it isn't a major issue. But for some of you guys, especially the younger guys that haven't got that much money, trading in games is quite essential. So it will be interesting. One thing that was told to me is that there may be some exclusive retailers that do have the option of trading in games, but to specific retailers. I don't know if this is going to happen in the UK. It's definitely something that they talked about briefly in the US, but it is something that is a very grey area, and I personally wouldn't put my money on it being that case either way. So if you want to be able to trade in certainly your first party games and most likely your third party games as well, you want to be leaning towards PS4. One big thing that upset me a little bit with the Xbox, it has this always on function where the Xbox has to connect to the internet within 24 hours. So every 24 hours it has to connect to the internet, otherwise it will shut itself down. You can't play games on it either online or offline. Now, a lot of you will think this isn't a major issue. I'm always on the internet. I have my broadband ready, etc., etc. I'd ask you to think back to the PS3's failings when there was the big hack. If you remember, the PS3 was hacked. We lost PSN for about 2 months, 3 months. During that period, there is a chance that if we were able to play offline games, no problem. If you had an Xbox, there is a chance if something like that happened, you wouldn't even be able to play a game. It would essentially be an overrated Blu-ray player. So there is that worry. I also don't like the fact that they force you to have an internet connection. A lot of people will have it. Probably 95% of people that buy it will have an internet connection. But there's going to be some kids that are like, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old that get an Xbox that don't have internet in their house that will want to play games. They will not be able to do that with Xbox. They will be able to do that with PlayStation. Quite a big thing, guys. Quite a big thing to look at. What else are we looking at in terms of these two? The PlayStation has this thing called a suspend, shut off and resume function. It might not seem like a lot, but to me it is a really cool idea. You know when you're using your laptop and you push the screen shut and basically the laptop shuts itself down, but only into kind of a hibernation mode. As soon as you lift that screen up, the laptop comes back on again. Your PS4 will have this function. So it means that if you're in the middle of a game and your mate calls, he wants to go to the pub, and you think, fuck, I'm nowhere near a save point, I really don't want to be shutting this down, you can literally put it in suspend mode. It will put itself into a really low energy sleep mode. Go to pub, do what you like, come back. As soon as you press the button, it comes back to life. You're exactly the same place as you were before. You don't lose any of the game saves, any of that sort of thing. So that is a really, really cool function. I don't believe Xbox has that function. And that is why I am leaning towards the PlayStation, guys. I have pre-ordered my PlayStation. I was close to an Xbox, I really was. Before the Sony conference, after I'd watched the Xbox conference, I genuinely was banking on getting an Xbox. A lot of the big YouTubers are playing Xbox, you know, the likes of Riggers, and all, you know, KSI, all those, they're all on Xbox, and it would have been nice to have been on the same platform as them. A lot of the people I have on Sunday Shoutout and all that kind of stuff are on Xbox. However, I'm not going to buy one just because of that. And I noticed a lot of people are talking about PS4, guys. A lot of people are talking about moving over from 360 and from Xbox when it comes to Xbox One and moving to the PlayStation 4. So it wasn't a major issue for me. One thing to think about, they both come with capture cards. We've not been told whether or not the capture cards are going to be exclusive and that they will restrict access from the likes of Elgato, Hop, etc. I would be very surprised if this was the case. I think that the internal capture cards on both these consoles are going to be designed to allow you to take the odd screenshot mid-game and to record small amounts of video that will save onto the hard drive, and you will be able to watch them back with your mates. You know, you could record maybe a map of Call of Duty, something along those lines, or maybe record a fast lap on Forza, something along those lines, and then share it with your mates. I don't think it is going to be a massive thing in terms of, I don't think the YouTubers are going to be using it. I think they will be using dedicated capture devices, the likes of the Elgato, the likes of the Hop. However, it is something to bear in mind. Both of them come with built-in capture cards. Let's talk pads. Everyone always tells me the Xbox pad is better than the PlayStation pad. I've used an Xbox pad and I have to agree with you. I think it is a better designed pad. However, the PlayStation controller for the PS4 is so damn sexy. It's got that touchscreen right in the middle. It's got bands across the back that tell you which colour you're using, so it'll dictate a colour depending on whether it's pad 1 or pad 2. The Xbox controller looks really good, and ergonomically it is a better controller. I imagine that the Xbox would feel better in the hand and it would be better to use on a day-to-day basis. I don't like the fact that the PS controller is a little bit smaller. However, for me, it isn't a game breaker. It really isn't a game breaker. The PlayStation brings the stuff that the Xbox has had for a while, the likes of voice-over game chat. So if you're all playing 10 different games, you can still join a party, you can still chat to your mates. You don't have to be playing the same game. So it's going to avoid the likes of having to go into a Skype call in order to have a conversation with 4 or 5 of your mates. As long as you're on the PlayStation, you will be able to have that conversation. So they are it as far as I'm concerned. Both have Blu-ray players. Xbox has moved over to Blu-ray now, so they both have Blu-ray players. They both have the option of cloud storage, although I think it will be a paid service, guys. And that, for me, is about it. I am going for the PlayStation for the regions of it being region-free, the fact that it's cheaper, the fact that it doesn't have to be always on, and the fact that there isn't any DRM, certainly on first-party games, in effect, and that is why I'm going for the PlayStation, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what console are you going for? What games are you looking to buy? What exclusives made you go, mother of fuck, that looks good? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Please drop this video a like. It would really, really appreciate it. Like, sub, comment, peace, love, and as always from me, catch you later.